I want to come on here and talk about because I currently been at home from work. What, like 16 days? Well, not 16 days already, but it'll be 16 days next Tuesday. So, I haven't been at work, and the reason why is because I have been exposed to someone that tested positive for COVID-19. I had actually missed that day of work. It was like on a Monday. My manager ended up texting me like around noon, and she was like, "No one can come back to work until everybody get tested." So I was like, "Why I'm supposed to get tested at and this and that, this and that?" Because she just didn't say the full details. She was just like that. Everybody have to get tested, and when you get a negative result, you can come back to work. So she didn't say nothing. So I'm just like, well, you can't get a freak test unless you have symptoms and things like that. So yes, I was asking her, like, how can I get a test done? And I thought you either got to be having symptoms or something like that. So she gave me like a few places or whatever. So I ended up doing my own little research, and I found somebody so I can get a test. Well, the next morning, which was Tuesday, before I was heading out to go get my testing done, it was a message that was sent to everybody that works with the company, and it was basically like that someone tested positive for COVID-19, and the ones that was closest to that person, they had been notified. So my thing is, I'm like, okay, it's a picker, and I'm an order picker. So it's just like, and we are very, very close, and it's like it's hard to even maintain 6 feet, and then they acting like, you can't control how nobody else, how space apart that they be or anything. Like, there's something that you can't control. So I was like pretty upset because I'm like, okay, I done went out of town and things like this and this and that, and I'm just like, the thing is with my job, I'm just like, they lied from day one. They told us that, when it started happening with COVID-19, when it started happening and things like that, they was telling us that they weren't going to bring any new people in because we have a lot of people come from temp agencies and things like that to come help out. And they told us that, we wasn't going to have any new people coming in. Well, the next day, it was like a whole group of people. And like 2 of my coworkers, it was all like, didn't they just say that they were going to bring any new people in? And, yes, we was like, yeah, they only care about the money. They don't care about our health, or nothing. And so that's how we felt. And then up until they kept bringing new people in. And I was like, this don't make no sense. Even when they did, they shut down. Now, they shut down for 2 weeks. So I was at home for 2 weeks or whatever. But when they asked us to come back, they was like, they're going to do split shifts. So from 7 to 1 and then like from 1 to 6. Well, that only lasted for a week because next week they was saying that everybody on one shift from 7 to 4. So I'm like, what you mean one shift? Like, then that is going to be really hard to try to stay 6 feet. And then y'all want us to do a goal, a certain amount of orders each day. It's gonna be impossible to do that because you don't have to stay until 4. You can basically, work your way around it or whatever. But I'm like, if y'all want us to hit a certain goal of orders to do every day, how we're gonna do it? We're gonna have to move fast. It's gonna take us being close to one another and things like that. So I started not care because I'm like, I'm gonna take my time, and that way when all of them get in a little group or whatever on one row and things like that, that's gonna be them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it. And I'm like, I wish they would come say something to me about me not meeting no deadlines or nothing like that. But so far they haven't came and said anything. So with my job too, they was like, as soon as you get a negative result, come back to work immediately. And I'm like, they must don't know how this works. Like, once you've been exposed to someone that been tested positive, and there ain't no telling because they saying, oh, nobody else had been tested positive. Well, how y'all know if y'all just telling everybody who was in contact with the person and this and that, to go get tested. So y'all can't just right off the back and say nobody else is tested positive for COVID-19. So I was waiting on my results. I went on Tuesday. They said I was gonna have my results on Friday. Friday came and gone. They said they don't have no results for me and things like that. So I was like, ooh, well, I haven't been feeling I do have asthma and I do have other health conditions. And it's like, look, I can't be exposed to nothing right now. I can't be sick. I can't get sick because they were saying it can take up to 14 days to get symptoms and all that. So the only thing I was just been having is shortness of breath. But then again, I'm like, it's getting hot. My asthma like to mess up around this time of the year and things like that. So, oh my goodness, please don't let it be. Don't let it be. So, finally got my test results. And they was negative. So I was happy with that. They was negative and things like that. I am due to go back to work on Tuesday. It's been a little long vacation and things like that, but I'm feeling good. So otherwise, my asthma, breathing as well like that, I do have an inhaler, but it's flare up here and there. Ooh, excuse me. And then I have been working out and things like that every day, so that plays a big part with my asthma messing up, feeling like I can't breathe. But my job is still gonna do the same thing. They claimed that they had somebody to come, a professional cleaning, which they should have done from the jump, but they didn't. So I'm not even gonna say if they really did have professionals come cleaning the whole building or not, in the whole warehouse. I'm just not gonna say, oh well they did, because I wasn't there. So because I need to see with my own eyes, because that's what I'm saying. They'll say one thing and then they do another. And it's just like, you don't really know what's going on. The communication is not great. They really don't communicate with their employers. Their employees good. So it's just like, it's a no win-win situation. So that's why I was like, I cut my hours down with them, because I'm just like, I gotta do something else. I'm gonna focus on what I need to do. Because I've been worrying about making money and things and this and that, and I'm just like, look, I'm selling tea on the side, then I'm coming here for a couple hours and doing other little stuff that I got into play, and I'm just not finna give y'all my whole day from 7 to 4. So I told them I couldn't do it. I can do 7 to 1 though. Okay, I can do that. But I just wanted to let y'all know that was negative. Thank God. Because I'm like, and I don't know. I think some people were explaining to me like it was like the flu of some sort. I don't know, but I'm just glad that I don't have it, and I am going to continue watching out for any symptoms, because just like they said, it can take up to 14 days to get exposed. To get symptoms from it, and then on top of that, you don't know exactly when the person, what I'm saying, I don't know if she got her results on Monday and they just put it out on Monday for everybody to go get tested. Like, I really don't know none of that. So it's like you in the dark about everything. So I am just going to continue to look out for symptoms, but I know I feel fine. So I'm not going to claim it. I know God got me, and just hopefully everything will fall into place soon, because right now it's just like really hectic right now, and like some things, some days I just be frustrated. So I'm just like, I wish she'll just hurry up and everything will just die down. So I hope everyone have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.